Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is a pile of chain painting video. What are the pile of chain painting videos all about? Well, I essentially take my unit or a model and I just paint it up for you guys. There is of course the Monday painting video, but that video is the models in that video is voted on by you guys, my viewers, from the previous week's Weekly Wednesday, which is a weekly Q&A. So for all my regulars here, guys, I feel love, thank you very much. I'll see you in a minute. Right, so you would have seen from the thumbnail, today I'm going to paint the Sisters of Silence. I'm going to get them all done because they've been sitting there teasing me for long enough. So actually some fantastic models, some great detail on them. Between the fur, the plumes coming out their head, half their face is covered. They've got robes and tassels and stuff hanging off them. Armor plating, absolutely insane. But anyway, so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take care of their heads and their faces. I'm going to come with some Bugman's Glow. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to really water it down. I want it as close to a wash as possible. Because what I'm going to do is going to come in. I'm just going to get it across the skin. The reason I want it as a wash is so when I push it on, it will go into as many recesses as possible. Now I'm not going to panic too much if I get it over part of her shroud, well, part of her shroud. She has a mask goes over her face there, and there's a little bit kind of up the centre that I've sort of just got, which connects it to the head. So all I need to do is just get all of that. Just wearing gloves. I'm going to do the same thing on the other four sisters. Right, so once that's still drying away, I'm going to come in with some Still Legion Drab. It's going to be a very simple step. I'm going to get all the fur on top of their shoulders and their cloaks. Now the fur does go underneath that shoulder pad, so to be very careful with that. Yeah, and I've just got the shoulder pad again. Dearie me. Let's get that off of there. This is a bit of wet tissue. There we go, got it. I'm going to repeat that on all of them. Once I started doing the fur, and then I realised the bit I took off of this first model is actually fur hanging over the top of the shoulder pauldron. A few of them have that, so I went back and just added it to it. Now, the next colour I'm going to come in with is some Cadian Flesh Tone. Again, I'm going to water this down so it's almost at the point of a wash. And I'm going to apply it again over the face. Doesn't look much now, but as it dries it will start to look nice. I'm not going to do all of them on camera, so the last one I'm going to do the rest of them off camera. Right, so the next thing I'm going to do is come with some Retributor armour. It's a very simple step with this one. I'm going to come in and I'm going to paint all of the armour panels. They do have little sash and robes hanging off the front there, which I don't want to get. I'm not going to do all of this on camera, I'm just going to do some of it. You get their arms as well, but I don't want to get their gloves, because she's wearing gloves at the end of her hand. I'm going to go off camera and do the rest. Right, so now I'm going to come with some lead belcher. And for the minute, all I'm going to do with the lead belcher is get the blade. Okay. Now I might come back afterwards to get like some of the detail on the front of her. I'm not too sure yet. Let's get the blades done on all of them. Now to contrast that lovely gold armour, I'm going to come with some corn red. But some of the sisters have this intricate design on the back of it. I'm not going to worry about that too much for now. I'm going to come with corn red and get to paint their cloaks. And I'm going to get that one of the raised little bits on there as well. Come back and sort that out again afterwards. And I'm going to get a plume of hair as well. Some of you are going to say, what is it with you and sisters with red hair? I'll let you make your own conclusions. I just think the red and gold really contrast each other really nicely. Get inside the cloak as well. So I'm going to go off camera and do the rest. Right, next thing I'm going to do is come with some Druki Violet Shade. This is a nice wash. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to wash all the gold armour, all the Retributor armour bits. Especially on like the shoulders and the arms and the chest piece there. It's really going to pop off and make it really stand out even more. I'm not going to do all of this on camera. I'm only going to do, well, I've almost done her anyway. If it starts pulling off into one place and it's too much of it, just go and pick it off the brush. Pick it off, sorry, with the brush. Just give it a little spread around. It's going to give me a nice little purpley look to the gold. There's that need there, so try to get a bit more on there so it stands out a bit more. I'll leave that to dry. Right, so next I'm going to come with some iron oxide. This is going to be a very, very simple thing. I'm going to get her gloves, all of the sisters' gloves. Now, iron oxide is a weird colour because when you put it on, you don't really notice it as such until it dries, and then you come in with a different colour like a swimming skull or something like that. Then it really just does pop off really well. You'll notice it more in a moment because it's shiny when it's just wet. But anyway, I'm going to do the rest of the sisters. Right, so next I'm going to come in with some white scars. Try and push this boundary on this model a little bit. So what I want to get, I'm definitely going to get the sashes hanging off of her. Now white scars is a layer paint, so it will go on bright and dull itself down. It's going to probably take a couple of coats to get it up to the brightness that we need. The robes underneath here as well. The only part is the front part of it. I'm not too sure on at this point in time, because there is loads of little decorative things hanging off the front of her. So I might just you know what, that's all ropes hanging off of her. Let me just, it's like ropes and tassels hanging off the front of that. So I'm going to do the same thing with the others. I think they all have the same sort of stuff hanging off the front of them and to the side. Right, so next I'm going to come in with some Rackard flesh, or Rackard flesh. I'm going to do this colour, do a bit on my brush. And I'm going to come in and just gently feather it in to the fur. I believe it is a layer paint. Let me see where I put it up at you now. That's a base paint, okay. So don't go too mad on it, because it won't. It will dull itself down, but not as much. I'm going to crack on with the rest of them now. I just want to say, when I was putting the white on there, it looks like it's like a tapestry on them. I don't know if it's meant to be a tapestry or just stuff hanging down. So I'm going to go as if it's a tapestry. So I'll be back in a second. Right, so I think that looks pretty cool on them. The big sisters, or the couple of sisters, have full fur on the back. I'm not too sure about, but for the minute that's fine, because the next stage will sort that out. Now I'm going to try something a little bit different. I was looking for a toothpick, but I couldn't find one, so I've got a barbecue skewer. I'm going to go back to Retributor Armor. This is going to be a bit of a mad thing I'm going to try. So I'm going to get some paint on the end of the barbecue skewer. Okay. I'm going to come in, try and get the that might be a bit easier than just having, sorry about the kids' noises outside, they like make noise outside, right outside the door whilst I'm trying to film. But this might be easier than trying to get a brush to get this intricate design. So it goes back to corn red as well. It's such a wonderful colour that I don't need to get it perfect on there, just get a bit of it done, because then it will, the corn red really just, yeah, just puffs it out and just makes it look amazing. Yeah, that's really good. I'm going to crack on with this. I'm actually going to get this bit up here actually. This actually might be a new way of doing things like this. I might have to do this a little bit more on the channel, I think. I wonder what doing trim on cow spray springs would be like with this. Anyway. Right, I must say, apart from taking the skewer stick and putting the paint pot, washing it off like a brush, I don't know what, you know, muscle memory that must be, it looks pretty good. And that was the first one that you saw me doing. Oh no, so the second one. This is the first one. Yeah, I mean, still could get a little bit more in there, but I don't really need to. I think that looks good enough. This one I'm most happy with. This is going to, for me, this can change a lot of things, like to do with edge highlighting and stuff. This one is a bit more practice on it, but the acquainter on the back looks lovely. Very, very simple. So now it's trying to get in there with a brush and just slopping it everywhere. That's very, very nice. Right, so for all intents and purposes, these girls are battle ready. Okay, what I'm going to do now is take it beyond battle ready standard. So what does all that mean? Battle ready standard, this is for everyone that's new, means they're finished. I can put them on the table and away we go. Game time. What I'm going to do now is do some more work to them to make them pop and try and embellish them even more, and you know, make them really stand out even more. So the first colour I'm going to start with is some Wild Rider Red. I'm going to do this lovely colour. This is a layer paint, so this is another fantastic colour. It looks orangey on the brush, but it's like a wild mad red colour. I'm going to get the cloaks, but I'm going to get all of these raised. Now don't be shy of it, because it does look like orange, but as it dulls down, it will mix in nicely. And I'm going to get as well, so I'm going to get the inside part actually. Going to get the hair. I'm not doing the whole hair, I'm just flapping some on, just brushing it down. It's going to give me a nice you can already see how that's working. I might even come through and give it another little bit more of a, like that, just to miss that piece in the middle, so it's just, oh, beautiful. Again, the same along here, just check a little bit there, then come down a bit more the other side. Actually, let me get the bottom there as well, just to add a bit more. Voila. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the others. Right, so the next thing to do, I'm not sure, that looks fantastic. I'm not sure about this white in the front. I think it pops off nice and looks nice, but I think it needs a shade on there to get into little recesses or anything, to make it stand out even more. And here's the problem I have. Rifle and flesh shade, I think it's going to make it look too much more like skin. Phasing and camo shade, I think it's going to make it look too dirty. Agrax earth shade, again, I don't think it's going to look that great. Or this Caribou crimson. I can't remember, did I use this one before? I think I did. I think that looks, I don't think that's the colour for me for this. Okay, that narrows it down. I don't know, I'm thinking earth shade might, yeah, it's like a browny colour. Sorry guys, that's too much of a green. That's a definite no. And this one is the regular earth shade, the regular flesh shade. It's a light browny colour. I think I'm going to go with I think that's too dark. I think I'm going to go with the Reichland flesh shade, even though it's going to probably look like skin. We'll give it a go. What I would do is I'll do it on one. If I don't like it, I can always go over. I don't like the way it's just streaking down. I actually think that's okay. It still stands out, but it's not. Anyway, right, next I'm going to come with some Bane Blade Brown. Very, very simple step. This is a layer paint again, so it will go and brighten itself down. I'm going to come in. Actually, I'm going to. What I'm doing here, when I did the palette which flesh I think it was, I did little streaks feathering it down. This one I'm going to brush across. But you grab one of the girls that has the full cloak. This will make it look better. It's not a dry brush, but it's sort of like I'm going against what I did with the other colours, so it will stand out. To give you an idea, bear in mind the base said still Legion Drab on it. So now I'm going to put some Bane Blade over the base there, so you'll see. Yeah, so you can see it really stands out. We'll crack on with the other girls. So the last thing I'm going to do is come in with some Screaming Skull, because everything looks better with Screaming Skull dry brush. I'm going to get some on my brush. Brush this with some tissue. I'm going to give the fur a little dry brush. Give the hair a little flick. And the gloves, I say, as well. Because the gloves actually, this is the whole reason for the Screaming Skull, is to make the gloves pop off. We do it on the big girl with the full cloak of. sorry, the full cloak of fur. Let's get the hair done first. Right, so you don't need to see me do the others now. I think I might have just been off camera there, I do apologise. We'll do the swim skull on the others. Right, so these girls are done. I'm very, very happy with them. I'll tell you something, I actually started painting these girls probably about 2 weeks ago or so. I didn't spend the whole 2 weeks painting them. I did a little bit at the beginning, put them down, was doing other bits and pieces, then came back to them. So they're not, I wasn't under any pressure with these girls. And I just absolutely think they're fantastic. Really, really like them. So I might be used a bit too much there. Fantastic. So guys, if you want to read comments about these girls, chuck on below as always. If you are new to the channel, you've seen this for the first time, hit the subscribe button because it costs you nothing. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything. Everyone smash the thumbs up button so it triggers YouTube shares video on more and more people, which makes this incredible community of you guys grow even more. So if you have any comments about the sisters here, check on below. If you have any comments about using a barbecue skewer, yeah, to get the little detail work on the gold, chuck it below. If you want to support the channel even further, there's a join button below. You can click on that and become members of the channel with various different perks and tiers with different perks. So guys, thanks for watching. Comments below as always. Hit the buttons for me. Until next time, take it easy.